to Late Night with Jeffrey Dahmer. I'm your host, Jeffrey Dahmer. Tonight on the show, we have an all-star lineup. Not one, not two, but 3 Nobel Prize winners in chemistry tonight. Let's get the show started. Our first guest will be Lord Ernest Rutherford. Let's give him a big hand. Welcome to the show.
Ernie.
Let's give him a big round of applause.
Hello?
Ernie, how you doing?
It's Rutherford to you.
Alright, Ernie, sit down. Alright, Ernie, I understand you're a Nobel Prize winner. And so before we start, let's just tell you a little bit about how you won the Nobel Prize.
Well, you see, I won my prize for my investigations into the disintegration of the elements and the chemistry of radioactive substances. I basically discovered that radioactive phenomena was not actually a molecular process, but an atomic one, such as the origin and loss of radioactivity.
What specific theory did you win for?
I won for the theory of the disintegration of atoms. And it says that in the space of every unit of time, a definite percentage of atoms in an element are broken up into particles of radiation. The elements, as they decay, change into other elements until they are no longer radioactive or are stable. I call the rate of this decay half-life.
How did you come about this theory?
Well, I studied the rate of decay in a sample of thorium. To do this, I created an experiment where thorium was placed in a glass tube and covered with a sheet of full-scope paper, so as to block the regular radiation. I then connected the tube to another insulated cylindrical vessel with an electrode in it to measure the amount of radiation that passed through the paper. I found that, over time, the amount of radiation decreased. Because the tube was insulated, I found that it was elements' own atoms that decayed by themselves. Then I thought of the theory that radiation was not a molecular force, but an atomic one.
What is the importance of your findings?
Well, it was important because of the discovery of half-life allowed us to more easily map isotopes, and it also allowed the dating of various fossils and other old rocks of that nature.
So why have you chosen the brown blazer this night?
Oh, well, I think it complements my overall style with the tweed in it, and you know...
Let me just cut you off right there. If I had to say so myself, I'd say it's pretty crappy.
Excuse me? What? How could you say something like that? And you are talking about my style when you have none of your own?
You call that a style?
Yes, I do call this a style. Next question, please!
So, Ernie, from what I've learned today, you're uninteresting, don't deserve this award, and should just quit being a scientist altogether. How do you like that one, Ernie? Whoa, just take it easy, Ernie.
No! I will not take it easy. And that's not my name! My name is Lord Ernest Rutherford! You will get my name right!
Get this clown out of here!
For the love of Pete!
Alright, let's go.
No! No! You listen to me, Jeffrey Dahmer! I'm gonna cut you up and freeze your body parts and eat them! Do you hear me?
This is your 3rd strike, Ernie.
No! Of all the shows I've been dragged out of, this one is the worst! Do you hear me? I'm giving you a 3-star review. You'll never recover. Never! Never!
And stay out! Okay, now that we dealt with that lunatic, let's move on to our next guest, Marie Curie. Now let's welcome here for Miss Curie. How you doing today?
Oh, it's great to it's great to be here. How are you doing?
Good.
Oh, flowers for me? You shouldn't.
Not for you. Alright, tell us a little about what you won the Nobel Prize for.
Well, I won the Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 1911 for the isolation of metallic pure polonium and radium.
Before we get into that, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I was born in Warsaw, Poland on November 7th, 1867, and Poland is actually what I named polonium after. is to represent my home country. And I'm in the field of nuclear chemistry.
It's very nice.
Thank you.
Where did you get your education?
Well, I'm actually glad you asked. I actually studied chemistry at Warsaw's clandestine floating university.
Why does your work deserve a Nobel Prize?
Well, I discovered 2 new radioactive elements, and so they're important somewhat in everyday life, but mostly they're important to chemistry because it helps us understand radioactive decay, and also is 2 new elements to add to the periodic table.
Here's the question we all want to know. What is your bra size?
Well, funny you should mention bra size because we actually got the idea to separate radium and polonium from pitchblende, because pitchblende it's like a mix of elements and substances, and it's radioactive. There's like 30 elements in there, 30 substances, and we were able to separate uranium and thorium from the pitchblende, but it was still radioactive. In fact, it was more radioactive than the thorium and uranium we had taken out put together. So we knew something was up. So we were finally able to separate the pitchblende down into a barium-like substance and a bismuth-like substance. But they were radioactive. They were both radioactive, so we knew there was something else in there. So we finally figured out that the bismuth-like substance actually contained polonium, and the barium-like substance contained radium. And we actually received from Austria a metric ton of pitchblende to separate down to see if we could separate radium and polonium out. It took us 3 years to get enough radium to make 1/10 of a gram. We were never able to get polonium down because it has a half-life of 138 days, so it was nearly impossible for us.
That has absolutely nothing to do with your bra size.
Bra size? I thought you meant kitchen tables. Speaking of kitchen tables, polonium...
And now a quick word from our sponsors.
Hey, you!
Who, me?
Yeah, you!
What's up?
After a long workout, you don't want to sit on the couch and eat crap. You want to go to the Chemistry Cooking Steakhouse.
The Chemistry Cooking Steakhouse. Now serving you your favorite elements from arsenic to zinc.
Now introducing our next guest, Theodore William Richards.
Theo's in the house!
How you doing, sir?
Hello? Hello?
Seats.
First question, go!
Alright, Mr. Richards, tell people what you won the Nobel Prize for.
Obviously, I won it for start.
You got that right.
But seriously, I won it in recognition of my exact determinations of atomic weights of a large number of chemical elements.
So what exactly did you do to earn this prestigious award?
Well, like before I said, I was the first to show, by chemical analysis, that an element could have different atomic weights. I analyzed samples of naturally occurring lead, and lead produced by radioactive decay, which showed that 2 samples had different atomic weights, which supports the theory, or, well, now fact, of isotopes.
Tell us more about your wonderful life.
I saw the tendency of certain salts to occlude gases as foreign solutes on precipitation. I was also the first American scientist to receive the Nobel Prize in chemistry.
Where did you get your education?
Well, I actually attended Haverford College as well as the prestigious Harvard University, as you know, because I'm good for the dog.
Is that a phone?
Yeah, I invented it.
What is the importance of your findings?
Well, finding these atomic weights or atomic masses helped really give data for more scientists to further their own experiments towards finding out more things about chemistry, as well as give distinctions between each element.
Did you invent anything or anything of that nature?
Well, I invented the nephelometer, which was, of course, used for my work on the weight of strontium in one of my previous studies. Now, I also invented, let's see, the list goes on and on. I invented the world's first bird cage. Equals MC square, the door, me.
That's not true at all.
I'll show you untrue. Ha-ha!
This has been the Jeffrey Dahmer Show. Thank you all for watching. Thank you to our guests, Marie and Theo, for a wonderful show. Ernie was a terrible guest. We'll never have him on the show again. Thanks again, everybody. Have a great day.
Never had much faith in love or miracles. Yeah, I was dreaming for too long. There's no religion that could save me, so I let it all go.
I won for the disintegration.
I won.
I thought you meant radiation effects on the female body.
I saw the tendency of certain salts to include gases as foreign solutes on
Mr. Walt.